सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Today I will give you a summary of this 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This 10th chapter occurs in the Madhyama Shatkam of Bhagavad Gita. There are 3 Shatkams: Prathama, Madhyama and Charama Shatkam. Shatkam means that which consists 6 chapters. From 7th chapter onwards up to 12th chapter is called Madhyama Shatkam. In this Madhyama Shatkam, Lord Krishna pointed out Jiva Ishvara Swarupam. In the Prathama Shatkam, Jiva Swarupam Vesa. Jiva Swarupa means the nature of the individual. Who is individual? I am the individual. Swarupa means nature. What is my nature? Individual nature. Then in Madhyama Shatkam, Ishvara Swarupam, the nature of God. Who is God? From 7th to 12th chapter. Now we are seeing which chapter? 10th chapter we have completed. 2 more chapters are there in Madhyama Shatkam. From 13th to 18th chapters, Asi, that means identity between this individual and Ishvara, total. Identity, aikyam, oneness. The oneness between the first 6 chapters and second 6 chapters. Or we can say between Tvampada and Tatpada. Tvam means my, individual. Tatpada means Ishvara. Aikya means oneness, identity. In this 10th chapter, Lord Krishna giving Vibhuti, glories. Vibhuti means what? V plus Bhu Dhatu. Bhu means to become, to appear, to manifest. Vibhuti, not Vibhuti. This Vibhuti, what we are wearing, is also Vibhuti. Vibhuti means here, the title of the 10th chapter, Bhudhatu, to become. The Lord became everything in this creation. That's called Vibhuti. Manifestation. Yoga means Shakti, the power. Yoga means Shakti or power. The power of manifestation, power of appearance, power of becoming. To become, you need power. So Bhagavan has got that power to become everything in this creation. Bhagavan has got power to become everything in this creation. So therefore it is called what? Vibhuti Yoga. Glorifications of that Lord. Who is that Lord? The Lord whom we are talking is not pratyaksham, not available for my perception. He is remote. He is remote, no? Paroksham. He is in Paroksha, means I am not able to see him. Therefore, he is in Vaikuntha, Paroksham God. But you want to know that Paroksha Lord who is somewhere, you want to know his glories. How? Lord is Paroksham or Pratyaksham. We don't see God anywhere, Ishvara. God created the world, we say, and he is sitting somewhere and creating the universe. Goldsmith, when you go there, in the Usman Road, gold shop now, you can find out on the corner the goldsmiths are sitting. You can find somewhere nearby a goldsmith and who is making ornaments. You can see a pot maker who is making pots. You can see a carpenter also who is making furniture. But people say Bhagavan created this universe and he is not nearby. I am not able to see him. What is this? Once he creates, he must appear. If you see with the right perception, he will appear. You cannot see like carpenter, you cannot see like a goldsmith, you cannot see him like this pot maker, but you need a different eyes to see God. Then we get doubt. See, Bhagavan is Sarvajnaha, all knower. He is there somewhere. What is our understanding? And we see differently. I am world and Bhagavan. Generally we raise our head. Bhagavan. I am here. World is there. Bhagavan is there. What is my vision, my perception towards these three? I am the victimizer, victimized. World is victimizer, creating problems to me, giving problems to me. Victimizer, I am victimized. So therefore what? Bhagavan, save me. He is the savior. This is what we know about Bhagavan. Every day, puja. I am going to get what problem I do not know. I am going to be victimized. Through whom? Through any person I do not know. That is the world. Victimizer. Therefore you protect me from this victimizer world. Is the 99.99% people's concept about God is this only. But Shastra says, don't look up. Bhagavan is not sitting somewhere. Bhagavan must be all-pervading because he is all-knower, all-powerful. How can you confine him in one place? How can you confine him one place? Therefore, Shastra says, Bhagavan is all-pervading in the form of this creation. Janmadhyasya yataha, from whom all the beings are coming. Janma adi. Janma means birth. From whom all beings are born, that God is all-pervading. He is the intelligent cause, creator. Intelligent cause, intelligent enough to create this whole universe. We are intelligent enough to prepare rasam, sambar. We are intelligent enough to prepare minimum things. Bhagavan is intelligent enough to create whole universe. Not only that, just as your pot maker and carpenter and goldsmith goes out for material, Bhagavan will never go outside for the material to create the universe. He need not go outside for material. Goldsmith has to go outside, other than him, that gold is the material cause. Goldsmith is intelligent cause. Gold is material cause. Carpenter is intelligent cause. Wood is material cause. Upadana karanam. Pot maker is intelligent cause. Nimitta karanam. Clay is the material cause. And then Bhagavan is the intelligent cause. What is the material for him to create this creation? Bhagavan himself is the material. Bhagavan himself is the material cause. Upadanam avareda, nimittamu avareda. Intelligent cause as well as material cause. He himself. Bhagavan alone. He is non-different from the intelligent cause. He is non-different from material cause. Therefore, non-different means abhinnam. Bhinnam anna different. Na bhinnam, abhinnam. Non-different. Non-different from what? Material and intelligent. Therefore, Sanskrit lo what do you say? Abhinna nimitta upadana karanam ishvaraha jagat karanam. Once he is the karanam, you see the desk, the material in this product, desk, wood is the material. So wood alone appearing as the desk, clay alone appearing as pot. So pot is the product. What is the cause for this clay pot? Clay is the cause. So the cause is the clay, pot is the effect. What is the law we have to understand? The effect can never exist separate from the cause. The effect part can never exist separate from the cause. Right? The effect desk can never exist separate from the wood. Correct? The chain can never exist, golden ornament can never exist separate from the gold. This is the law. Apply the same law in that creator and creation also. Creation is the product. Creator Bhagavan is the cause. Bhagavan is the cause. Nimitta karanam, upadana karanam, material cause, intelligent cause. Creation is the effect. That means what? This creation is non-different from Bhagavan. Clear? Okay. This creation is not non-different from that Bhagavan. Why? Bhagavan is the cause. Cause has to permeate in the effect. Cause has to inhere in the effect. Effect is this universe. Bhagavan created the world. Bhagavan himself is the material. Therefore, this creation must be what? Bhagavan. Inna Swami Gabhavan da theriyarde Bhagavan theriyaliye. Gabhavan yen theriyardanna confusion here. Correct your mind. Thinking correction is required. So, Bhagavan is appearing, the cause, Bhagavan is appearing in the form of effect, that is universe. Now, whenever I am seeing the universe, what am I seeing? Bhagavan. I thought Bhagavan means 4 hands, 4 heads, but I am seeing different forms. Yes, one gold appearing in different ornaments, one wood is appearing in different furnitures, one clay appearing in different earthenwares. Why can't Bhagavan appear in different forms? Tell me. Why the clay has to appear only as pot all the time? The gold has to appear all the time as chain? How can you wear bangles? How can you wear studs? How can you wear ring if gold appears same one form? Similarly, Bhagavan also appear in different forms. So what? So what? Now look at every form as Bhagavan. Ishvara Darshanam is available when? Puja time, Arati time. Ishvara Darshanam is available all the time for a thinking person. For non-thinking person, he is up above. Non-thinking person he is up above. For a thinking person, a mature person, Bhagavan is all-pervading. All-pervading plus all-pervading. Tamil all. Ottukku mudiyile. It is your problem what to do. Shastra says you have to accept. If I know this, Bhagavan is everywhere, what for I have to know this? What are the advantages if I know Bhagavan is everywhere? If I know what are the advantages? Krishna Paramatma says, Shastra also, in a different Upanishads also says, first you develop humility. Ahankaram will go away. If you know how to visualize the Bhagavan in every object, even that person who sings Kakai Chiriginile Nandalala, he never see Nandalala in behind that crow. Chuma paata paduva. So therefore we have to understand, I develop humility because Bhagavan is pervading everywhere. This is the first advantage. I appreciate, this is a virtue. Humility is a virtue. Because Bhagavan is, everything is Bhagavan. Where is the question of claiming something belong to me? The glory of everything in this universe belong to Bhagavan. So whatever I have glories, I hope so, some glories edavad irunda. Okay. These glories, whatever I have, one or two, limited glories also, how can I claim as mine? Since Bhagavan is the cause, whole creation is the effect, whatever glory is there belong to Bhagavan. The shining of the chain belong to whom? Gold. Shining of the ring belong to whom? Bhagavan. Bhagavan, gold. Okay. The shining of anklets, the shining of Chandraharam, any mala or anything belong to the gold. And the shining, that glory of that effect must go to that cause. Similarly, the glory of any form in this creation must go to whom? Its cause. This is called understanding. Okay. This is not belief. I am just step by step I am presenting. The glory of any effect must belong to the cause. Effect can never have its glory by itself. It borrows the glory from its cause. Since the whole creation is Bhagavan, the glory of the creation anywhere, any person having in any form must go to Bhagavan, the cause. That is called Vibhuti Yoga. This is called appreciation of Bhagavan in every form. Once I know this, I can appreciate the glory of other person. I can appreciate the glory of any person who get gold medal. எனக்கு வரலையே jealousy irukad. I am not jealous of anyone. If anyone look handsome, beautiful, aha, wonderful, appreciate. I don't have any jealousy. Why? Bhagavan's glory. Humility will develop, and second thing, jealousy will go away because of this appreciation nature. And third benefit is devotion. I develop devotion towards the whole creation. How can I hate anyone? How can I develop jealousy towards anyone? Tell me now. If I know really, see the Lord everywhere, how can I develop jealousy? So, on the other hand, I develop devotion, bhakti. If I love Bhagavan, okay. Bhagavan mele devotion illana, idu mele devotion varadu. That person who loves his country, he loves the flag or not. A patriot who loves his country, definitely he loves his flag. He respects Vande Mataram. If anyone insults that flag, you feel very bad. It hurts him because the flag represents country. Similarly, a real bhakta can never criticize anything in this creation. A real bhakta I am talking. Okay? A real devotee of the Lord can never have any complaints on anyone in this universe. Very difficult for him to make complaints. And a complaint is இல்லையே. சில பேருக்கு எல்லா complaints தான். They see everything other than Bhagavan. That's the problem. Therefore, our thinking pattern has to be changed. It can be changed by understanding. By understanding only it comes. Now you understand how much correction is required in our thinking. How much correction is required in our thinking. Always we take it as granted, my thinking is perfectly right. Shastra says, your thinking need not be correct all the time, totally. Maximum it is wrong only. Therefore, correct your notions. So, therefore, Lord Krishna is presenting, hey Arjuna, I am in the form of this creation. With this background, we see what are all the shlokas. From first shloka onwards up to third shloka, Krishna introduces the topic of Vibhuti and Yoga. Vibhuti is the manifestation of the Lord, and Yoga is the power of manifestation. Lord Krishna said, even the great sages do not know this. My glory, Arjuna, totally. They do not know my glory totally. In 3 shlokas, he presents this topic. Why they do not know? The reason also Lord Krishna said, because they are all younger to me. Your glory, you are born first. Therefore, your glory you only knows than your children. Your children knows very little. Similarly, all sages are born from me. They are all born from my thought. Subtle thoughts and gross universe, everything is born from me alone. Since they are born from me, they know little about me. I know more about myself. Therefore, to talk about my glories, who is the best person? Bhagavan. Maharshaya Sapta Purve. Even Manu, sages, all are born from me. Therefore, better to listen from me, my story, my autobiography. Nane better person. Solradhukku Lord Bhagavan. This is the topic. Next, from 4th shloka onwards, up to 7th shloka, a list of internal glories Lord Krishna gives. Internal glories means all values, virtues, buddhihi, jnanam, kshama, satyam, dama, shamaha, sukham, dukkham. All these are internal glories. Ahimsa, samata, tushtihi. The 4th, 5th shlokas, danam, yashas, all comes under my glories. Matta eva. They're all me alone. Look at all your emotions as God. Never complaint on emotions. Puriyirudha ippo? Care of 4th and 5th shloka. Matta eva. They born from me in prithak vidhaha. Therefore, emotion by itself is Bhagavan's glory. Once your raga, dvesha join with that emotion, problem. See, raga, dvesha join with your emotion is a problem. An emotion, fearful emotion, love emotion, or kindness, all are good by themselves. Your partiality, your attachment, your aversion, you join with them. Then they look ugly. See the beauty. All our emotions are nothing but Bhagavan's manifestation. He is very emotional person. Complaint. Emotional illana, emotions are not there. He is a vegetable. A vegetable cannot have emotions. A potato cannot claim, I have love, I have kindness. What are you talking? Simply we will complain on ourselves. I am a very emotional person. That means Lord is manifesting more on earth. See the perception. Who is not having? The desk cannot have emotions. Chair cannot have emotions. They don't have that privilege. I have privilege of expressing emotions. Therefore, emotions are what? Glories of Bhagavan. Never complain on emotions. Enjoy the emotions really. Enjoy the emotions. A desk cannot smile, no? Ananda is emotion. I am cheerful, emotion. Enjoy. I am sad. That also. Why not? It is also a type of emotion. Empathy, sympathy is an emotion. Therefore, love yourself now. Okay? If you are an emotional person, you are the person. That's why even Jnani also has got emotions. Emotions are not there. There are stones also. It's like a stone. Every Jnani become emotionless. Our empathy kadiyadu, sympathy kadiyadu. All Jnanis are out of emotions. He cannot love anyone. He cannot be kind towards anyone because they are emotions. That's why just making some statements and all, without thinking. That is the Bhagavan says internal glories. This Bhagavan says again, 8th and 9th shlokas, very important, he says, whoever knows my glory is like this, aham sarvasya prabhavaha. In 7th shloka he said, everything is born out of me, everything is sustained by me, everything merged into me. Whoever having this concept. Shastram padikithu theva illa. Bhagavanlanda vannadu எல்லாமே பகவான் தான். எல்லாரும் பகவான் கிட்ட தான் போவார். இந்த வார்த்தை தெரிஞ்சாலே போதும். யூ நீட் நாட் ஸ்டடி ஆல் த வேதாஸ். சிம்பிள் ஐடியா. திஸ் வியூ இஃப் யூ மெயின்டைன் இன் யுவர் மைண்ட், பகவான் சேஸ், I will take care of that person. That's what he said in 8th shloka. Maschitta madgatah pranaha. They are my bhaktas. They are all saguna bhaktas, ajnani bhaktas. Ajnani saguna bhaktas. In 9th shloka he said, machittaha, their minds are fully what? Soaked with me. Machittaha. Madgatah pranaha, they are committed to me. Their life is totally surrendered to me. Bodhayantah parasparam, they always talk about the Lord, Bhagavan. They always worship me. Kathayanti, and they talk about me, they glorify me. Nityam tushyanti. Kadhayanti nityam tushyanti also. They are always happy by listening my name. By hearing my glory, they are very, very happy. Bhagavan Pir, Bhagavan Kirtana, Bhagavan Namam, wherever is there, they'll run there. Andalagu bhakti irukum. What Bhagavan says, they revel always. Ramanti. Bhaktas. Saguna Ishvara Bhaktas who recognize means just my grandparents, my ancestors, they carry that thought. Bhagavan is everywhere, Bhagavan is everywhere. Therefore you cannot hide anything from Bhagavan. With this attitude, they revel in devotion all the time. Such people, Tesham Satata Yuktanam, those who are 10th shloka, he says, always their minds are endowed with me. My kripa, my grace will shower on them. My grace will shower on them. Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. What I'll do? Dadami Buddhi Yogam. I will help them. I will help to their intellect to think. To think in proper way. Because of their bhakti, their devotion, I will provide Guru. I will provide the Guru. What type of Guru? A Guru who is Shrotriya Brahmanishta Guru. Who can teach Shastra perfectly and give that self-knowledge to that Bhakta. Dadami Buddhi Yogam. Avanne Jnana Yogatikkaha enna venumo adella provide pannuven. So what? By that Buddhi Yogam, Mam Upayanti. They come to me. They come to know my higher nature. They get self-knowledge. Atma Jnanam. Atma Jnanam, Jivatma Jnanam. Then Jivatma eva Paramatma. Therefore Jivatma Jnanam is equal to Paramatma Jnanam. So Paramatma Jnanam is what? Atma Jnanam. So Atma Jnanam is called Moksha. He said in the 11th shloka, Tesham eva anukampartham. Because out of compassion, because they are already totally dedicated their life to me. Therefore, because of compassion, aham ajnanajam tamaha, that tamas which is born out of ajnanam, that ajnanajam, that ignorance I remove, which is equal to tamas. How? Jnana deepena, I lit that knowledge in their mind. அவனு கொஞ்சம் அறக்குறை ஞானம் இருந்தாலும் நானே ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுவேன் போய். ஐ வில் ஹெல்ப் ஹிம் somehow. அந்த குருவுக்கு ஹெல்த் நானே தருவேன். ஐ வில் ப்ரொவைட் ஆல் ரிசோர்ஸஸ் ஃபார் தட் பர்சன் பக்தா அண்ட் ப்ரொவைட் ரிசோர்ஸஸ் டு குரு ஆல்சோ. ஏன்னா இந்த ரெண்டு பேர் மத்தியில் என்ன சப்ஜெக்ட் மேட்டர்னா நானே தான். Bhagavan selfish, you know. What Bhagavan says, I provide to that bhakta everything, this knowledge. Varadakaha, I will give jnanam, maturity, refinement. To get that jnana, you require guru. Therefore, I provide the guru. So this guru has to teach minimum 15 years. In this bhakta has to study 15 years minimum. So therefore, both of them has to meet every day, and this guru has to teach, the student has to listen. Whatever they require, I have to provide. Health they require, food they require, shelter they require. Therefore what? It is my responsibility. I will provide everything for them until this person get jnanam. So for the guru also taken care of. Guru also will taken care of, and Sishya also will get knowledge because he was a bhakta previously. And finally, what Guru gives the knowledge? About me only, Arjuna. Para prakriti jnanam, this bhakta will get. And without religion, without saguna Ishvara bhakti, without ekarupa bhakti, you cannot go to nirguna jnanam. Impossible. So this is the topic from 4th to 11th shloka. Next, from 12th onwards, so 10th shloka, 9th shloka, Bhagavan has given the benefit of such devotion. 10th shloka, Bhagavan has given Ishvara Krupa, how it works. 11th shloka, how I really take care of them. இதெல்லாம் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும் இந்த ஸ்லோகம். இல்லைன்னா will ask, கண் இருக்கா, காது இருக்கா உனக்கு, காவென்றி கூவினான் ஓலமிட்டேனே, you have not heard, இதெல்லாம் பாட்டை வந்துடும். ஏன்னா இந்த ஸ்லோகம் நமக்கு ஞாபகம் இருக்காது. தேஷாமேவானுகம் பார்த்தம் அஹமஜ்ஞான ஜந்தமஹ. How can I miss this sloka? How can I forget this sloka when Bhagavan boldly he says? மறக்கலாமா? மறக்கக்கூடாது. பகவான், if you ask there, பகவான் என்ன கொஞ்சம் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணு, போய் படி 10th chapter, என்ன ஸ்லோகா, 9, 10, 11 ஸ்லோகாஸ், go and read என்ன சொல்லுவார். 9th 10th வாட் சுவாமினி டீச்சிங் ஆல்ரெடி. ஓஹோ, அந்த ஸ்லோகம் கூட இருக்காங்க படிச்சுட்டே இருக்கோம் கிளாஸ்ல. how many of us remember that? See how, therefore, even though the treasure is with us, we do not know how to. If I do not know the value, even the diamond also appear as what? Glass piece. Ordinary glass piece. That's why it is not the mistake of the diamond. Diamond can never become glass piece. It become glass piece because of your unintelligence. Therefore, Bhagavan's grace is always showering. We are only lacking that open-mindedness, the bhakti, the devotion. Totally. Illa arakura bhakti. Kodakatte bhakti, murukuchide bhakti. Okay, vechiko adi kuda paravalle. Anala eppo ettanaadu come to that true knowledge, So now Arjuna is asking from 12th shloka onwards, 12th to 18th shloka, Arjuna's request. Wonderful. Hey Bhagavan, now tell me, for an ordinary person, those who want to do upasana, meditation, upon which form they have to meditate. So you are telling everything you are, all forms I cannot meditate. So give me some symbol. One symbol you can give. Or few symbols. Tell me which symbol is best. People can choose and they can meditate upon. This is Arjuna's request for upasana. So universe can become a symbol. Universe can become a symbol for upasana. The whole universe cannot become symbol. Bhagavan is going to highlight certain important forms. Just like a picture is going to be released. What they do? Any serial or a picture, they take some, what do you call it? They take some portions, adella they will do. You know better than me. Stills. அதெல்லாம் வரமாட்டேங்கிறது இப்போ. Some stills they take. எந்த மாதிரி stills they take? Which are very attractive, which are very, very, very eye-catching. Right word. Eye-catching stills they take and they will show. And people are attracted and go by seeing that stills. They show like that. Adi madri, Bhagavan Krishna also taking some stills now. And the important stills மாத்திரம் எடுத்துட்டு காமிக்கிறார். அதர் சீரியல்ஸ் சினிமாஸ்ல மற்றதெல்லாம் நல்லா இருக்காது. பகவான்ல அப்படி கிடையாது. ஓகே, பகவான் இஸ் டேக்கிங் ஃபார் சாம்பிள் சேக் பிகாஸ் time is not sufficient. Bhagavan also cannot talk everything. Therefore, some stills important highlights he is taking. That only is going to reveal from 19th shloka onwards. From 19th shloka onwards up to the last shloka, then Lord Krishna said, Sagunam and Nirgunam. That's why Arjuna question in the 17th shloka, second topic lo, Katham vidyamaham yogim tvam sada parichintayan keshu keshu cha bhaveshu. What are all forms I have to see you? How is it possible? Then Bhagavan is going to say, please elaborate all those forms. From 19th shloka, Bhagavan, the enumeration begins. The Vibhuti Yoga exact topic comes here only. In these shlokas, Bhagavan begins with the 20th shloka, Aham Atma Gudakesha. First opening ceremony in Chulva, opening ceremony, what is that? Aham Atma. I am the Atma, I am the inner content of everything. Atma na inner content. Wood is the inner content of this desk. Gold is the inner content, Atma of the chain, golden chain. Clay is the Atma of pot. God or Bhagavan is the Atma of everything in this universe. Aham Atma. Sarva Bhutashaya Sthitaha. 20th shloka. I am there in every Bhuta. Ashaya means in their hearts. Aham, in the beginning, Adischa, Madhyamcha. I am in the beginning, I am in the middle, I am in the end also. Antaha evacha. Then where I am not, tell me now. I am in the beginning, I am in the middle, I am in the end. Where Bhagavan is not there. Bhagavan is nowhere or everywhere. Everywhere. Therefore, Bhagavan is giving his glories like this, and he enumerates a lot of natural things, and that I don't want to enumerate again. You know that. And 41 and 42, Lord Krishna again concludes the same topic. I am the consciousness. Again, I am in the form of existence. Ida upakrama upasamharam. What is the whole content? Masanam, Margasirshoham, Adityanam, all these things and all. Finally, what is the content? Content is Sat and Chit. Sat and Chit alone is the content. Hey Arjuna. Therefore, he presents in the 20th to 38th shloka, Saguna Vibhuti has presented. And this Saguna, its content is Sat and Chit, existence and consciousness, Chaitanyam. Existence and Chaitanyam. This whole entire objective universe, the entire objective universe, objective world, is sustained by these two principles, Sat and Chit. Sat means existence, Chit means consciousness. Sacharacharam, moving and non-moving, animate and inanimate. Charam means moving, Achara means non-moving. In all of them, I am in the form of Sat and Chit. Whatever you are knowing, this objective world is Ekamshena Sthitam, 1/4 alone of this Sat and Chit. Sat and Chit is infinite entity, all pervading. That objective world, what you are seeing, Nama Rupa, is 1/4. That means 3/4 you do not know. 3/4 you do not know. 1/4 alone you are able to know in the form of objective world. Very interesting. 1/4 is visible objective world. Objective world is visible to whom? To the subject. Adanna enna artham? In the subject who is watching the whole universe in the Nama Rupa objective world must be different from that 1/4 or not? In the point சொல்ல வேண்டாம், கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமானது, ஆனாலும் irresistible for me. So when this type of topic comes, I cannot stop. Whatever you are knowing, name and form, whatever you are seeing, it is 1/4 of this whole creation. But you do not know that 3/4. And when Bhagavan says, if you want that 3/4, you have to become a Jignasu Bhakta. Now you are an ordinary Bhakta, Saguna Bhakta. The Saguna Bhakta has to become what Bhakta? Jignasu Bhakta. Gnatum Ichha, Jignasa. Jignasu Bhakta, desire of knowing what? 3/4. Padosya Vishwa Bhutani Tripadasya Amrutam Diviyana. And Amrutam 3/4. 1/4 is Vishwa Bhutani. So நம்ம கண்ணுக்கு தெரியறதில்ல நாம ரூபம் அவருடைய அபரா பிரகிருதி. அந்த பரா பிரகிருதி தெரியணும். தட் இஸ் ஹிடன். அந்த நாம ரூபத்துக்கு அப்பாற்பட்டவன். அது புரிஞ்சுக்கோப்பா. எத்தனை நாள் கோயிலுக்கு போய் எத்தனை நாள் பூஜை பண்ணி எத்தனை நாள் அபிஷேகம் பண்ணினா யூ ஆர் வர்ஷிப்பிங் வாட்? 1/4. Even Ishvara, that Lord in the form of Rama and Krishna, Saguna form, where Rama name is there, you are excluding what name? Krishna name. When you utter Krishna name, you are excluding whose name? Rama name. I am saying Rama Krishna Swamini, that is why you are excluding Govinda. So Rama Krishna Govinda Cholila Mudu. Hey, you are excluding Devi. I will include that also, Swami. Rama Krishna Govinda Devi. You are excluding Ayyappa. Let me include Ayyappa. You are excluding Guruvayurappa. What, Swami? How many? Sahasranamani. You cannot utter. Therefore, by worshipping the Lord in one form, really you are worshipping Bhagavan's lower nature, that Bhagavan who is confined to one place, in one body and in one time. Your God is not pervading all the places, and your Ishta Devata is not pervading in all the times. Enna Ramar enna yugam? Treta Yugam. Krishna Dwapara Yugam. Appo Krishna Dwapara Yuga Krishna we are thinking, memorizing. Is it not? Krishna was not there in Krita Yuga. As Krishna body, Krishna was not there in Krita Yuga. Rama was not there in Krita Yuga. Rama was not there in Dwapara Yuga. Yuga indicates what? Time. Dwaraka indicates what? Place. Ayodhya indicates what? Represents place. So Krishna says, Ramar place ki nammedukku pono. Let me be here, Dwaraka. Rama stayed in only Ayodhya. If you confine to the form Lord throughout your life, you are seeing the Lord only in finite form. that Ishvara is finite. If you want to know that Lord who is all-pervading, not limited by time, space, not limited by any form, that Lord, if you want to know, you have to become a Saguna Bhakta to Jignasu Bhakta. The Jignasu Bhakta, once you become, then you become a Para Bhakta in 12th chapter. May you become Vishwarupa Bhakta. Ekarupa Bhakta, you are Rama Bhakta, Krishna Bhakta, Ayyappa Bhakta, Guru Ayyappa Bhakta, Sai Bhakta, ella undundirukku nari nariya. Santoshi Mata Bhakta. Ella add pannanum. Iru, another Ekarupa Bhakta, minimum he has to become Vishwarupa Bhakta. Vibhuti, if you know, you become Vishwarupa Bhakta. Once you are becoming Vishwarupa Bhakta, next step is what? Arupa Jnanam. எனக்கு ஃபார்மே கிடையாதப்பா, அந்த ஞானம் உனக்கு வரத்துக்காக தான் இந்த ஏகரூபத்தில் ஐ ஆம் கம்மிங் டு யூ அண்ட் விஸ்வரூபத்தில் ஐ ஆம் அப்பியரிங். ஐ வாண்ட் டு டேக் யூ தேர். அரூபம் எனக்கு அரூபமே வேண்டாம் சுவாமி, இந்த ரூபமே வேண்டாம்னா. ஓகே, கண்டினியூ ஃபார் சம் மோர் டைம். ஆல் த பெஸ்ட். நெக்ஸ்ட் பர்த். I will wait here, Arjuna. I don't mind. I'll wait for you. Take your own time. Come one day. Become Jignasu Bhakta, then Para Bhakta and Jnani Bhakta. Para Bhakta is Jnani Bhakta. For what? For what? If you want to get good, full knowledge. If you want to get total knowledge about Ishvara. You want to know Ishvara? You want to know God fully? If you want to know God fully, you have to know Ekarupa and Vishwarupa and Arupa. Then is the total knowledge of Ishvara. If you know only Ekarupa, you worship Ekarupa, you are knowing only limited Ishvara. If you know Vishwarupa only, little higher, that is also very limited. You have to cross all these things and you have to come to higher knowledge. Then you come to know that Paramatma is all-pervading. Aham Brahma Asmi. Nama Rupa Guna Dosha Varjitam. Guna Dosha mein kadiyad. This is the culmination. With this, Bhagavan enters into Vishwarupa Darshanam. Let us come Ekarupa to Vishwarupa. Let your mind has to expand. Then you can go further. In the narrow mind lo nunchi velila varanume, appuram dhaan jnanam varum. So with this, Lord Krishna concludes the 10th chapter. Important slokas, I will give only very very few. 5 slokas are only important. Other slokas unimportant and illa. Important and the main teaching crux of Vedanta. They're all gaunam. They're all only figurative. They're only glorifications. Stuti. There is no tatparyam in stuti. No, tatparyam is only in Atma Vidya. Adida. The shloka number 8, 10, 11, 13, 39, 41. 8, 10, 11, 39, 41. These are the 5 shlokas, very very important shlokas Lord Krishna pointed out. With this I conclude the 10th chapter, titled Vibhuti Yoga, where Bhagavan presents his glories in different names and forms for the purpose of meditation, upasana. So Ekarupa Upasaka has to become Vishwarupa Upasaka. Or you can put in other words, Ekarupa Dhyanam to Vishwarupa dhyanam. Worshipping the Lord in one form, from that you have to extend to aneka rupa dhyanam, many forms. Therefore, by coming to this aneka rupa dhyanam, what is another advantage? You will never hate another Lord. You will never become a fanatic. All gods are equal. For worship, for meditation, all gods are equal. You will come out of this one God is superior, another God is not superior. Even in Hinduism itself, even in one God itself. See, different religions, different gods. So that God is not superior, my religious God is superior. This is one category. In one religion itself, Rama is superior, Krishna is not superior, some bhaktas are there. Devi is superior. This is one category, second category. Third category, Nanganallur Anjaneyer is superior than Mylapur Anjaneyer. This is third category. என்ன பண்றது உங்களெல்லாம் வச்சுட்டு என்ன what to do எல்லாருக்கும் brain wash பண்ணணும் தான். How can you see that greatness, gradation in the Lord? Gradation is not in the Lord. Gradation is in your mind. Come out of that. Come out and sentiment. Sentiment. What to do? Therefore, lot of blind beliefs, wrong concept, misconceptions have to be removed. Then only the person is eligible for knowledge. Until you remove these wrong concept, misconceptions, you cannot receive the knowledge. Knowledge cannot assimilate it to you. Confusions are galore. Confusions are galore. Therefore, try to study systematically, remove your confusions. Attain moksha. Purnamadah purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.